If you are looking for a really natural looking style that is an everyday, super wearable, really natural, professional cut, then I have got a wig for you. This is Inspire Me from Gabor. I actually have her in two colors, a warm blonde and a cool blonde. And this one, well, she's a keeper. Let's learn about her. My name is Denise. I am also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I am here with 𝖺EEARki𝗂𝖺teЛ to bring you this review of Inspire Me. I'm so grateful to them, and I partner with them a lot because they are great. They are both an online retailer and an in-person wig shop. They have some locations in Canada, one in the US currently in Kansas City, one coming to the Dallas, Texas area sometime in 2026, springish, and more to come. They do an awful lot. They have live sales every single week. They have an open box clearance section, a name your own price feature where you can make an offer if you'd like to see if you can get a better deal. And they do tons and tons of videos. You can see a lot of wigs on me, on Amanda, on others. It's just a great place to get some new hair. I will put a link in the description box as well as a coupon code that will save you money. Please put them on your list for a future purchase. I am really grateful for the opportunity to show you guys so many wigs, and they make that possible, and I love them. So definitely check them out. All right, let's take a look at Inspire Me. I have her on right now in the color Iced, excuse me. It's very dry. If you live in a winter wonderland like I do, you know how dry it can get. Iced Latte Macchiato. That's the color I have on right now. I also have her in the color Golden Wheat, which I will put on in just a little bit. I think these layered cuts really can go a long way, and because of the length, because she is straight, this one is going to go the distance. Even though she is made with heat-friendly synthetic fibers, this one's going to be fine because she is short enough, not a ton of friction on these ends, which is really what's hard on heat-friendly fibers. And you can maintain this really easily with a hot airbrush or a round brush and a hair dryer. I have a video showing how I do that with a similar style, straight up with a twist from Raquel Welch. I will link that video below if you have not ever seen how to maintain heat-friendly synthetics. Maybe you've heard that they're hard to maintain. I am here to tell you that can be true, but not always. And I don't think this style is going to give you any problems with maintenance. Now, I will just give you a couple of cautions that I've noticed in the short time I've had these. Number one, there are quite a few flyaways, and you might notice them here and there in this video, like individual strands that want to stray away from the pack. That is so common with straight wigs, whether they're heat-friendly synthetic or regular synthetic. That is super, super common, especially when they're brand new. As you wear this piece, as you play with it, as these fibers kind of break in, if you will, that will lessen. But I have a product which I didn't bring downstairs with me. It's up in my bathroom. It looks like a little mascara wand, and it's meant for flyaways. I will link it in the description box below. It is amazing. It doesn't coat the fibers. It doesn't make them sticky or dirty, but it does help with flyaways. And there will be that transitional period where you're breaking it in that you may need a little assistance with that. This is perfect for that. The other thing I have noticed is it kind of wants to sort of flop in some places and not in others, and it's really hard to get a defined part on this one. I do find that it's pretty densely knotted on the very top, which the pro of that is, let's look inside the cap. This is a full monotop. Well, it's actually got like a tulle layer on top. It's like a double layer here. There's like a layer of really soft tulle-like material. You can part this one anywhere you want within that whole top section. So when a wig comes pretty densely knotted, when it's a mono top, the benefit of that is you truly can part it anywhere because they haven't like plucked apart line so that it wants to part in only one spot. The con of that is, you know, it can take a little bit of time for you to get that part defined. I have a video showing how I do that. Once I find my part, I pluck it a little bit and then I use heat. So this is the mono top. We've got extended lace ear to ear, soft velvety ear tabs, extended velvety nape. We do have Velcro adjusters, and then the rest is open wefted. Let me throw on the golden wheat color for you. And here is golden wheat. I was actually really excited that I received 2 of them in a warm blonde and a cool blonde, because I think that can be really fun to see. If you like your more yellowy blondes, then golden wheat could be a great color. And if you like your more ashy, cooler blondes, then iced latte macchiato. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. Let's talk about density. These pieces are kind of a medium or moderate density, the really, really natural density. It definitely has a healthy amount of hair, but it's not heavy. It doesn't look like a ton of hair. It's really, really natural. And we do have some Permatease right here at the crown. So when I touch the crown, I can kind of feel that poof. It feels a little bit pillowy up here. And what that does is it gives it just a little bit of lift at the crown. We do not have any Permatease in the front here. We do not have like poofy. There is some Permatease on the sides. I can feel that. I can feel it, but it's not poofy. It looks very, very appropriate. And I do think this is going to work for a wide variety of women. If you love big, big, big hair and you kind of look for wigs with a lot of Permatease, I don't know that this is going to get really big, but I do think it's that happy medium between super, super flat and a little bit of volume, like you spent some time styling your hair. All right, we'll talk about fit, because this surprised me. These wigs are fitting small. Actually was very, very surprised by how small this fits. I have more of an average petite head size, and these are fitting me great. I am not getting a ton of extra cap. I am getting a little. You can see that, but not a ton. And I would say where these seem to be fitting small is the ear to ear. These ear tabs sit really high up on me. I like them a little bit more forward and a little bit further down. And because these sit so high, you do have some of my bio hair showing on the sides. Gabor usually fits me a little bigger than these are fitting. So I do think this cap type, and it is a bit of a different cap type because of that double layer kind of tulle material that's not their typical monofilament. I do think these are fitting slightly smaller. I think they're going to be fine for anyone with similar head measurements than me. You can absolutely be bigger than me in the crown area because I am getting extra cap, but I would say the ear to ear, if you struggle with coverage, that might be tricky for you. If you have bio hair that you can blend, even if you need to use root touch-up powder to blend it, and I've got videos showing how I do that, then I think it's going to be okay. I do think because of where these ear tabs are falling, this is going to be a breeze to tuck. It's going to be a breeze to wear glasses with for anybody with similar measurements to me. So there are absolute pros, but I do want you to be aware that if you're familiar with Gabor cap fit, this isn't fitting the same as their typical cap. And just a summary here, Gabor makes just amazing wigs, and their lace fronts are impeccable on both of these. They do such a great job with their lace fronts. They keep the knot small. When they've got a highlighted piece like this, they do bring a lot of those highlights to the front, because with a rooted piece, you don't necessarily want to see those dark knots. If you don't like the banding effect that a heavy highlight can bring, just use a little eyeshadow or a little root touch-up powder, dab it just gently on the hair right here, and that will really handle that banding effect. I don't actually have a long form video showing how to do that. I will make one and I will put it out there. I know Amanda has shown it as well, but don't sweat that because you can work with it. All right, let's talk about color. It's always challenging to do 2 colors in these videos, so bear with me. We have got iced latte macchiato. The code for that is GF17-23SS. And then we've got golden wheat, which is GF14-88. So cooler blonde warmer blonde. The iced latte macchiato has some honey blonde, but it's really overlaid with a cool blonde, which really makes this a cooler color. So the honey is not prominent on this one. It definitely can take on a gray tone in some light. This is not gray. I don't really think it looks terribly gray, but it is cool enough that it could be a great transitional color to gray. It is a light blonde. I don't see a lot of warmth in this color at all. And then we do have a darker root. This root is pretty dark, I would say. Darker on your screen right now. This lighting is going to make the contrast significant. It's not quite that dark, but it is a bit of a darker root. And then the golden wheat, I keep wanting to say shaded wheat. Golden wheat is a dark blonde, evenly blended with pale blonde highlights. So it's almost like these are opposites. We've got the cooler blonde heavy on here. We've got the warmer blonde heavy on the golden wheat. This one also has a darker root. You can see they're both a similar root. I would say, gosh, they're really, really similar. And so I would say the rooting is really similar. So if you're a blonde, do you want the cooler color leaning toward gray? Again, not gray, but leaning toward gray. Or do you like more of that yellow blonde, this warm, warm blonde? Because that's what we've got going on here. And again, they have tons of other colors. And so you can find those all at Ɂ𝑠hikwell.com. I will link these below, and let me know if you have questions. These are great styles, you guys. If you like layers and more of kind of a shag cut, but a little bit more polished than a typical shag. You don't mind a little flippies or taking heat to turn them under, which you can do. These guys are great. These really are great styles. So I'm really thrilled to show them to you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget about 噚ki𝗂유PiI. All right, here we go. SS Iced Latte Macchiato on the right, golden wheat on the left. You can just see how much warmer golden wheat is. I mean, I just think it's such a great showcase what a really warm blonde versus a really cool blonde can look like. And then we've got the root. Kind of limited on what I can do with these at this time of year. There's a lot of snow on the ground here in Minnesota, and it's absolutely freezing. So hopefully this is giving you guys what you need. Iced latte macchiato. I just love the dimension on this one. And personally, I love how it's cooler and leans more toward the gray. And then beautiful dimension on golden wheat. All right, you guys, there you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.